Hey guys, welcome to my second to last vlog entry of my Ireland trip. Crazy, right? I mean, it's my second to last day, and it was a tough one, believe me. For the first time in this entire trip, the weather turned, and I got a taste of real Irish weather, and it made the day not at all pleasant, especially when it was a relatively long, difficult, and confusing route to take today, to say the least. I'll show you a couple of these clips to show you what I mean. Well, it's about 9:30 in the morning now on Thursday the 26th. My second to last day of hiking. Yeah, when you think about it, it's kind of sad because I've really enjoyed this trip. And I'm sorry to see it end, but on the other side, I am kind of looking forward to getting home at this point. It's been a long couple of weeks. So as you can see, out to my left is Clohane Bay, and farther out there is Brandon Bay, and I'm just walking from my bed and breakfast into the middle of Clohane right now, which is the start of my hike for today. I mean, mostly along the beach, which is good. As you can see, the clouds have gathered. It was raining very heavily last night, and a little bit this morning too before I came out here. It stopped for now, but that doesn't mean anything. It'll probably be back at some point. But yeah, it's actually kind of cool, and it's a very pleasant temperature for hiking right now. As long as it doesn't start raining, I'd be fine with it being like this all day, honestly. Better than blazing hot sun that I've had some of these days. Well, headed out of Clohane now, sadly. I really do like this town. This whole area from Feohana to Brandon to Clohane. I'm really not sure which one I like the best. I could see living in any one of them. So, something to consider for the future. Just past a small bakery on the edge of the main town center that smelled so good. I almost stopped and got something, but I couldn't eat anything else right now, not after that Irish breakfast. Well, it's first hour of my hike, and all's well so far. Still kind of walking along the shore here, and as you can tell, very much low tide right now. Not really sure what the tide schedule is around here, but obviously it is out right now. But on the bright side, still hasn't rained, so yeah, that's good. Also, I should be coming to the beach pretty soon, which is going to be about 10 kilometers of my 26-kilometer walk today. So that's a pretty long way, as you can imagine. Well, this is it. Fermoil Beach. Longest beach in Ireland. Yeah. That's a long way. So my directions are telling me that these mountains along the beach here, so the fissures and crevasses and valleys were carved by glaciers thousands of years ago. So it just goes to show you that Ireland has a ton of history. It's really a fascinating place to visit. It really is. So I'm 2 hours into today's walk, and I've been veering away from the pretty well-populated coastline and heading up the beach toward the point, as you can see, all the way out there. So I got a ways to go on the beach yet. I don't think I've even gone halfway, as it is. And it's about 11:30. Thinking about hopefully getting some lunch soon. There is a little town at near the head of the point with a pub in it. A little more than halfway. I think it's once I get off the beach, at least temporarily. So hopefully that won't take too long to get there. Might be a little bit of a late lunch today though. Well, it's getting on 3 hours in the walk now. As you can see, back where I came from, the dark clouds have definitely rolled in. The view is almost totally obscured. It was raining again over here for a little while, but it seems to have once again cleared up, and I seem to be walking toward the clearer skies, so that might be good news. Also, I'm almost at the village. I should be there in half an hour or less, so that's lunch for me. So I stopped for lunch at Spillane's pub right here in the small village of Fahamore, which is one of two small villages like it on the very tip of this little spur of land. So it's going on 2 o'clock now, which puts it at almost 4.5 hours since I started my trip. According to my directions, I still have about 10 kilometers left to go, so it should be probably at least 4 o'clock by the time I get to Castle Gregory. And as you can kind of see, rain is continuing, so not really that nice of a day. I've had to put on my full rain suit, so that should keep me dry. So now it's 3 o'clock, which means I'm about 5.5 hours into my trip today. Sorry for the brief interlude there, but it was really raining pretty hard for a while, and I didn't feel safe getting the camera out when it was raining. But still walking along the coastline. Good news is, I think the village that I can barely see around the corner up there is Castle Gregory, where I'm headed. So that's good news. This walk has not been easy, even though it has been relatively flat. Beaches and sand, not the greatest surface to take a walk on, honestly. Can be difficult, especially when the sand is wet, and the rain didn't help. So, I think it may be in the process of clearing up now, though, hopefully. We'll see. So, it's almost 4 o'clock, and I'm going out on the beach again. Great, because we all know how much I love beach walking. Well, I'm finally off the beach again and headed into Castle Gregory Village. So, this whole walk today will have taken me about 7 hours. It was brutal. I mean, most of it maybe was the weather, but still, very difficult, not well marked, brutal hike. I'm kind of glad tomorrow's my last day because I'm really, really tired. And apologies again for the choppy nature of that video, but that's just kind of what happens when it rains on you and you're out there with technology. But yeah, unfortunately today was not a really nice day for hiking, and the hike itself was a lot more difficult than I expected, especially, like I said briefly in that last video, hiking through sand on the beach makes things a lot more difficult than you would think. So yeah, today not the best day ever. Maybe it was just the second to last day blues type thing. But the good news is, tomorrow I'll be done, but it is the longest hike I've had since I've been here, almost 30 kilometers. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get a little bit of an early start, and yeah, try and enjoy it as best I can. About half the hike is gonna be back over terrain that I'm familiar with from camp onward. So should be some familiar landmarks at least. So, one last day, and until tomorrow, I'll see you out on the trail. Thanks for watching.